Namaskar and welcome to our channel for promoting Indian classical music in particular and music in general. I have already told you that I am a coach of Indian classical music basically. I also perform at various places, and my objective is to promote Indian classical music or spread the awareness about Indian classical music. And thanks for joining. Last time we saw about general scenario of music, about various kinds of music which are available in our country. And now you know that out of those various categories, like say primitive music, regional music, folk music, then devotional music, Sugam Sangeet, Bhavgeet, Natya Sangeet, etc., etc. One is classical music. And you know now there are two kinds of classical music or two streams of classical music in our country. One is South Indian classical music, another is North Indian classical music. And particularly we are going to know more about North Indian classical music. Before going into the core values of the subject, I have still some more few points to discuss with you because they are very important to understand music in general. So I have some questions. What is the difference between singing and speaking? What is sound in general? What makes classical music different of its kind than another music available? So all these things are about music. So they also are important to know the subject in detail because there are so many dimensions. You know, music has direct connection with our health also. So that is also very another subject which is very vast in its own sense. Then musicality is another thing, about music is another thing. So there are so many kinds of dimensions in the subject, and we want to address them one by one to know our rich culture of Indian music. What is sound? So sound is something when source of sound creates vibrations in the air. Those vibrations in the form of waves, they travel to our ear, and then our ear further processes it. Our eardrum is vibrated, then through those three small bones it is transferred to cochlea, inner ear, and then to the brain, and we know this is sound. So basically they are the vibrations created by source of sound. And when at particular point, from that particular point, number of vibrations passing per second is called its frequency. So sound has first characteristic is its frequency, which is measurable term, or it is defined by physics. So cycles per second. It is directly related to pitch. So higher the frequency means higher the pitch. But pitch is psychological term. It is felt. Some particular sound is at higher pitch than some another sound. So it is referential. While frequency is absolute term, which is measurable. So same sound, if we try to sense from something lower, from lower pitch, we'll find it at higher pitch. And same sound, when we observe it from some another pitch which is of higher cycles per second, we'll find it at lower. So it is felt term. Another term is volume. Sound has a volume. Volume means what? Volume means its energy level or intensity. So It can be of higher intensity, it can be of lower intensity, but same cycles per second. So same frequency at higher intensity, same frequency at lower intensity. That means higher volume or lower volume. Or if I say in scientific terms, its amplitude is bigger. Higher volume is higher amplitude or higher energy level. So it has a volume. And third thing is timbre or tonal color or tonal quality. So tonal color means the quality because of which one sound is felt different or sensed different than another sound. That is its quality. The quality of sound rather plays important role in that difference. So these are the three qualities: frequency, then volume, and its timbre. So all these three qualities are possessed by any kind of sound. So this is what physics tells us. And when it comes to music, duration is also important. Particular frequency is sounded for how much duration. That is another factor added. So we'll talk about it later. So this is sound. Then another is, what is the difference between singing and speaking? So basically, our brain has two kinds of qualities. One, tonal processing. That means any tone, when it comes to ear, it can process that tone as a tone, and it can recognize that and derive some meaning out of that. Or another is sequential tonal processing. That means when sounds are uttered one after another, our brain can collectively derive the meaning out of that. So that is sequential tonal processing. When speaking sound is there, we speak lot many sentences one after another, and brain is deriving meaning out of that. But all those sounds are coming for a short time. In a speaking also, we do the variation in the pitch level, but that variation is not exactly defined. How much to take up, how much to take down, that is not defined, or we cannot take notation out of that pitch. But in music, we have definite musical points or musical sounds situated in one particular saptak. That is also another technical term which we are going to define it further in coming episodes. But basically, this is the difference. Or when sound is sustained, it rather indicates musical sense. When sound is not sustained, it is towards pitch. So this is the basic difference of singing and speaking. In singing, we extend the sound. In singing, we use very big range of sounds, while in speaking, we use very small range. One more point, what is the difference between classical music and other than classical music? So other than classical music, there is importance of words and their meanings and their emotional content. And in classical music, we have more emphasis on improvisation of swar, sur and lay. But just to conclude this episode, this is what we should know about it. So in coming episodes, we'll definitely go further in detail.